Hello and welcome to Ctrl Alt Ego, and if you would like to check out the game, there is a link in the description. This video is kindly sponsored, and this game is inspired by System Shock and things like Portal and the Talos principle. Now, for me personally, I am definitely seeing the inspiration with the Talos principle and Portal here. The puzzle elements are extremely enjoyable to pull off when you actually get that brain light bulb moment. It's really fun. Anyway, we're gonna start off with a new campaign here. There is wonderful voice acting, a lot of humor running throughout the entirety of this as well, and there's also, when the game launches, going to be a 40% launch discount. So if you want to check it out at that point, it's probably the best time. And you're going to have a whale of a time with the game as it is. So basically, you're playing as a disembodied ego, and you can, well, control a variety of different things. And you are in, as far as I'm aware, you're in the year 2980, I think. Yeah, I think it's 2980. I could be wrong about that, but let's just start and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Something's gone wrong. You're not supposed to start here. Near the emu. See if you can figure out without me.
Alright, so here we go, and obviously that's the scientist that is going to be helping you with his disembodied voice, because obviously you are a disembodied consciousness of some kind, and he is a disembodied voice, that's for sure, because you don't really see him in the first part of the game at least. So let's open up the dumpster lid. Now, full disclosure right here, I was actually stuck in this dumpster for about 5 minutes when I first started the game, because I thought to myself, okay, WSD, yeah, okay, I get that. I know how to move usually. But I didn't see the prompt on the door. I didn't see the prompt on the door to open it up, so I was literally walking around trying to figure out what was going on. Didn't see it for 5 minutes for some reason. I guess I am just that much of an incredibly, very competent fellow, yes, indeed. Anyway, you can grab things with your current body. This is a bug, which is the current robot that I am inhabiting, and you can pick up a variety of different things that are going to power you up. For example, energy and juice. Energy is your HP, and juice is your ammo count. And yeah, there are going to be enemies that will attempt to shoot you, and you will have the opportunity to defend yourself. So here is a bug hole here, and there is the vent cover. So what we can do is we can just literally grab this vent cover. Now, there are a huge amount of different ways that you can solve puzzles in this game. There is no wrong way to do things, unless you're just doing nothing, obviously. But generally, there are a huge amount of different ways that you can solve each and every conundrum. And for me personally, I actually really love that. I think that that is absolutely fantastic. That is something that I get frustrated with generally with puzzle games. Generally, you know, if there's only one way to solve it and it is not immediately apparent in a few minutes, I start getting extremely frustrated, and then I just go, hey, you know what? I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to play this game. However, Ctrl Alt Ego actually doesn't give me that feeling. It gives me the feeling of, oh, wait a minute, I can do this and this and this, and then I should be able to achieve a little bit of progression. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to show you exactly what's going on with that, and we can just squeeze on through here, pick up some more HP, and obviously this is my shotgun at the moment, and my shotgun is obviously going to be used to hopefully defend myself. And there are some very cool things as well that you can do with the physics in this game. So there is a wheel here. You can play with a control pad or the mouse and keyboard. I've been playing with the mouse and keyboard, and it's been completely fine. I have no problems with it whatsoever, as you might expect. And we're just going to be moving these things. Oh, wait, no, we can't. Look, because this is actually heavy. Now, as I said to you before, this is a very straightforward puzzle. I mean, it's not really a puzzle, it's more of an obstacle thing. And generally, you could, if you wanted to, shoot these crates, and you could destroy them with your shotgun. At least I think you could probably do that. But why would you do that when you can just do this? I mean, that's the funny thing. You can't lift this up, and this is too light to move this. You see, this is too light to move these crates out the way, right? So what I found out is that the vent cover is actually extremely heavy. It has a lot of weight behind it, and you can use it for a variety of destruction-based things. And so you can pretty much just knock things out of the way, which is really quite cool. And that does emphasize the shall we say, the multiple pathways that you could take to victory. Anyway, let's just move on through here. I should probably get my my shotgun out again, actually. And let's open the security iris. Okay, so you can sneak or shoot past here. There is a security camera, as you can see. There's a security camera called an evil eye. I'm going to shoot that just to show you what the shooting mechanics are like. Obviously, this game, it is not intended to emphasize, or at least from my perspective at least, it is not intending to emphasize its combat. I think the combat is more of a means to an end. It's more of an option for you to take part in. You don't necessarily have to do it. And I'm actually just going to sneak up here, boom, and boom. There we go. Just trying to get close to them, just trying to shoot them really, really quickly. Try to not take any damage. And there are going to be some relatively, yeah, as you can see, Dad and Mum are waiting for us. Yes, as I said to you before in the introduction, the game has a wonderful sense of humor, and I have chuckled quite often playing. So, you know, it definitely has that wonderful comedic factor that a few of the other puzzle games also have. Portal most specifically does have that. Anyway, let me see if I can do some damage to Dad here. Yeah, take that. There we go. There we are. Now, obviously, look at this. I'm almost out of juice, right? I'm almost out of juice, but look, I can just gain some back right here. And pretty much you're not going to really have to worry too much about ammunition, at least in the first initial sections of the game. So anyway, we're just going to get on the lift here. Now, you may think, oh, wait a minute, this is so incredibly simple. What is this game actually about? Because it seems so incredibly straightforward, right? Yeah, that was misleading to me as well, because I thought to myself, when I was playing initially, I thought, wow, this is actually really easy. I don't see what the problem is about this. No. You're going to have to wait and see. There is going to be an extremely cool mechanic that will be introduced in just a moment.
No. This can't be right. It's the wrong kind of emu. Well done for getting this far, though. You'll have a lot more options once we get you the right kind of emu.
Dear Big River, I ordered an emu. That's EMU, all uppercase. Ego mode utility, not emu, all lowercase, pointless desk ornament. And that's exactly what we have right here. Look at that. That is wonderful. And there is a pup here as well. The pup is another kind of robot that you will be able to control later on down the line. And by the way, this is what we look like. Look at that. Hello there. This is what we look like. This has to be one of the best mirrors that I've ever seen in a game. And you can see here. Do you see what's actually on my screen? If you can't read that, it's shotgun.exe. That is the current upgrade disc that I actually have installed right now. But anyway, let us continue onward.
I'm going to Ctrl Alt you out of there. Sorry, no sensible alternative.
Oh, you're here. That is surprising, considering all the changes I made to you.
Hello? Is this thing on? If you're hearing me, then it means your ego has been commuted successfully into this cat. With 0 errors and only 1 warning, by the way. It may take a moment to acclimatize to being a bodiless ego, but try not to worry too much. Now, You should be able to verify that I calibrated your eye to behave somewhat like a 1990s mouse device. Which means you should be able to look around.
Alright, so before we go any further, this is exactly what I'm talking about here. The unique nature of how this game works, because obviously you're kind of like a ghost, I guess, but yeah, you'll see. Now initially I thought to myself, oh look at this, I couldn't actually move, you know, but no, I can actually move. Look at this.
Your eye with an ego discovery mode. To engage it, pretend to hold down your virtual 1990s control key. You should be able to find an ego sensor emission on that other cat. Nice. That went better than I anticipated. You'll get used to the unavoidable sensation of feeling slightly sick. Anyway, see if you can find another cat while I see if I can find you an emu. Good news, God has an emu. God is the weird red thing you can see out through the window. It's a little too early to explain to you exactly what a god is, especially as you've no familiarity with consciousness control systems, but you can think of it as where all the consciousness comes from. Anyway, it may seem unlikely, but you can hop across to God from here. Hello? It's me. I'm over here, in the cat. I hope you can hear me all right. Look, use ego mode to find the tab module, while I try to open access for you to this cat.
Alright, so this is your tab menu, and you can obviously access this through tab. Yeah, who would have expected it, right? Yeah. Anyway, this basically gives you an insight into what you need to do next. So, for example, it gives you an objective. It also tells you what your host body is capable of, which is definitely going to be very useful when you encounter new robot types. So, for example, boom, look at this. Thank you for choosing to control the Tab Task Activity Broker. Enjoy seamless emu integration, enhanced communications, host extensions, and more. All at a tap of your tab. And then you have the meta thing here, which meta info will appear here to help guide you through your Ctrl Alt Ego simulated immersive experience. And indeed, you can go through all of these by pressing tab as well. Anyway, so to close this, you press escape. And boom, look at that, super easy. And now we're back to where we were, and now we can control the cat.
The release notes say the tab module is user-friendly, intuitive, and self-explanatory. So good luck. This, then, is what a god looks like from the inside. I expect you can see a visual representation of the consciousness control stream. And that weird thing floating around insidiously, that's a parasite. I believe it's feeding off the consciousness stream, and I don't know how or why, but it's taking control of this sector. And the worst part is, I really have no idea where it came from, or how it got here. As far as I'm concerned, it's theoretically impossible. And that's why I need you, you see, to help me clean up this mess, to take back control.
And I will try my very best. Anyway, what we can do now is, well, we can't do this because you can see here it actually says ego cost to control the parasite is 1024. Yeah, good luck. Good luck taking that, that's for sure, yeah. Anyway, we can go over to this cat.
Listen, if you're finding it hard to acclimatize to being a bodiless ego, that's perfectly understandable. But I assure you that ego is all you need around here. In fact, because of my work, ego is all anyone needs ever. Perhaps you're already noticing that not having a body has its advantages. I sense there's a little bug in the vicinity. Well, okay, in all honesty, yes, I admit I did park it there earlier. It's all part of the plan. The plan to exploit bugs, to find a way to deal with that parasite.
Alright, so now we can find some batteries to charge up our bug. I actually wondered whether these were batteries, but no, it's just a toolkit. So yeah, there are a bunch of batteries around the place, and you can just pick them up wherever you want. You also have the ability to pick up ego. I know, it seems a little bit strange now that I actually say it out loud, but it will make a lot of sense when we actually get to it. Because you see that little ego counter down in the bottom right of the screen? That actually determines what kinds of systems you're going to be able to break into using your ego. For example, if I don't know, let's say a door, because there's actually going to be a puzzle coming up that is a secured door, and let's say the door has a larger ego than you do, you're not going to be able to do anything to it. But if you have a larger ego than the door, then you can. Oh yeah.
I expect at this stage you're wondering who you are and how you got here. I wish I could tell you. I can tell you who I am. I'm Dr. Everyman. I wrote the original ego sensor interfacing software. That's not a boast, just a fact. It was rather clever software, though, as events have demonstrated.
Alright, so there you go. We know who he is now. Dr. Everyman, in fact. And here is a lifesaver. So this is basically your save functionality. So there you go. Boom, saved, and then you can just turn around. See, now that's the funny thing about this game. You literally go into the save menu, but it's not actually a save menu. I mean, it is. Obviously, it saves your game, but you can then just swivel your mouse around and you're actually still in the game. You're just looking at it from a different perspective. It's actually amazing. Anyway, we're now back in the bug, and we are still picking up batteries. Oh yes, and here we go. Let me go back into the door, and we can unlock the door, and we're actually in the door, as you can see right there. Now we're going to be going back into the bug. Ah, hello there. Yes. Alright, so there is a fence here. This is towards launch control, and you can see here that there's a very small section of the fence that is cut out. This particular section reminds me a huge amount of Half-Life. I don't know why, but it really does. I think the whole game actually oozes a little bit of the Half-Life charm as well, which I very much like. And yeah, otherwise, can I pick that up? It doesn't seem like I can pick that up. Anyway, we need to head through Egonomics. And the bug-free zone is also over there, so let me actually just head on over real fast. There we go. Alright, so we're entering the next section of the prologue. And we just collected an ego fragment, which is exactly what I was talking about. And you can see down in the bottom right, our counter has now increased by 0.01. Well, technically 0.1. And yeah, we're actually going to get a little bit more by interacting with cats too.
Your ego. No sarcasm intended. You should be able to see your current ego rating in your HUD. Now, pay attention, this is important. In ego mode, you can see the ego rating of other hosts, and to control them, your ego needs to be at least as big as theirs. For example, the security door has a bigger ego than you, which means you'll need to save up that much ego to control it. It's simple economics.
Exactly. So for example, you can see here the security door, like I was talking about earlier, has 3 ego, and we are going to need at least 3 ego to be able to control it. And I think that's probably going to be pretty easy for us, don't you think? So yeah, that shouldn't be too bad. Alright, so let me just take our bug, and we're just going to take him over here. Gonna go into the power switch because I'd like to enable the lift. And we can also go into a variety of different places to increase our ego. So for example, I can go into the little door here, I can open the door, and then we can go on through with our bug. There's a wide variety of different things that you can interact with in this area as well. So for example, you can see the testing equipment, the oscilloscope, the HED. There's the test unit over there. We should probably do that. I'm just gaining ego by doing this, by the way. So as soon as you take control of something, usually you're going to be gaining ego from it. And there's a huge amount of juice in here as well, by the way. And so, look at this. Boom, 1 ego. And we can gain another. And we can gain another. And there's a huge amount of ego to be gained here. So, very, very nicely done. And the only unfortunate thing is, there's actually something that I would like to get over here. Can I actually get it, though? I think I might be able to. It seems like I might not be able... wait a minute. Nope, here we go. We can actually open the door. Fantastic. So that means our bug is going to be able to enter this room, and then we can pick up the little fragments in this area as well, which is very nice. But you can see here, I actually can't pick up juice because I don't have the disk drive. I don't have the floppy disk or anything like that that actually enables that functionality for my current robot. So that really makes a huge difference in a variety of ways, because obviously if I do encounter an enemy later on down the line, I won't be able to defend myself. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else I can do in this room. I don't think so, at least. Doesn't seem like it. I'm looking around in ego mode at the moment. No, it doesn't seem like it. And we have 8 ego now. So technically what I can do is, if I want to, I can just go straight on through the security door. But what I could also do is do this, where we can take the lift up and down. Obviously, I'm controlling the lift, the cute lift, as it is named, and now we will be going back into the bug, and there's a lot of other ego fragments around here too. And there's also this. Look at that, digital tape, thank you. That's another little bit. And thankfully, the game actually does tell you what you have controlled beforehand and what you haven't, so you know exactly how much ego you can gain from various things. For example, this, boom, look at that, more ego here. Generally, as I said, you don't need to go this far. I generally think it's just a good idea to get as many resources as you can possibly handle. Because if you don't do that, then maybe at some point in the future, you're going to think to yourself, oh, I really wish I had some ego now. And then everything's going to be kind of sad, because then you can't do it. Now, there are a variety of different places in the game that you're not going to be able to interact with a number of things. For example, this printer right here. I can't do that because the sensor is offline. But I can assume that maybe later on I'm going to be able to activate it and then use it. And there's a selfie available here as well. So, boom, I will take a selfie. And there we go, all my ego is increasing from taking a selfie. That's actually very funny. And yes, otherwise, let's just go back in here. And now I have a massive amount of ego. Yes, I have a very large ego indeed. Okay, and obviously we have these very cryptic messages on some of these screens as well, because of course we don't exactly know who we are or what we're doing here or anything like that. There's a big story behind everything, even though, you know, you may think, oh, this is just a cute little puzzle game, you know, but there may very well be something much more insidious at work. You know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, I'm just going to drop down here. Thankfully, we don't take any fall damage, and now we can open this up by holding down the mouse button and then breaching the security door. And there you go. Easy, right? Now we can go into the bug-free zone. Bear in mind that we are in a bug at the moment, so they do not want us in here. Bug-free zone, health and safety advisory. Access to the bug-free zone is strictly verboten to all bug units. All bug access violations inside the bug-free zone are to be expunged immediately. Alright, so obviously they do not want us in here one bit. And I am a little bit worried now, because that means bad things could potentially happen. I mean, I kind of already know, because I think I have already played through this particular section, but yeah, oh no, I didn't want to close the door, I wanted to open it, thank you. Alright, let's go back in. Okay, here we go. So, there's a camera over there, and you see this? Yeah, you see this right here? That is a large enemy spawner. And I have a little idea as to what that could be. Unfortunately, this cat is currently offline. The sensor is offline, so I won't be able to do anything with it. I could potentially take the battery here, but I don't really see the point potentially. Ah, wait a minute. I could possibly. Can I access this? Can I crouch in some way? I don't think I can actually crouch, which is somewhat unfortunate. Is there somewhere else that I can actually... yeah, I was very much hoping... Oh, wait a minute. I can actually see this. Oh, yes. Oh, no, the server... Oh, no. Okay, the sensor is offline from this thing. What about that? Oh, no, that's also... Okay, seems like I'm gonna have a bit of a problem here, aren't I? Yeah. Maybe I can zoom in on the little pup. As you can see, there's a pup up there that I could potentially take control of, but doesn't seem like that will be the case at the moment. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go into the enemy zone. This is going to be somewhat problematic for me. And so yes, we are now we are now in one of the smallest robots available, and we are now having to find a way out. And what I really love about controlling one of the pups is this. Indeed, there is a dedicated barking button, and as you can see on the left, it is literally called Bach, which is obviously, you know, yeah, of course, we are going to be barking all the time now. Anyway, let's take some of the battery here. Can I go through here? I don't think I can, actually, at the moment. So we're going to have to go the other way. And yeah, so now this is another mechanic that you have to be a little bit aware of. So some robots are marked as safe until you cause too much of an impact to your surrounding area. So for example, let's say that you start being a nuisance to the enemies in the area. For example, Mr. Bossman, if we annoy him, he is going to come after us. But initially, he's going to think, oh, that's just a cute little pup. That's fine. We don't have to worry about that, right? But if we annoy him, then he's going to be coming after us. So we do want to be a little bit cautious about that. Alright, so find a way to boot up and control the cat. Now, I know for a fact that I know how to actually, you know, reboot the thing. But generally, if you ever get stuck, just press tab. This is the easiest way to figure out, hey, you know what, maybe there... Look, see, it gives you an insight on the right there, and it basically gives you a small hint as to what you might do to rectify the situation. So, for example, the cat apparently needs a good kick up the arse. So what we're going to do is go behind it. Yes, we're going to go behind it, and boom, there is a switch here that we can now press to boot up the cat. And there we have it. Now I will be able to take control of it.
Oh dear, it seems the bug-free policy is still being enforced. It's fine though, your bug is still here, or there, or where. It's sort of inside Mr. Bossman. You can look at Mr. Bossman in ego mode to confirm. Ordinarily, simplest here would be to take control of Mr. Bossman and reprint your bug. But if you try that, you'll discover you can't control him. His sensor is blocked. So we first need to find a way to expose his sensor. You know, I know just the thing. Over at the launch site.
Over at the launch site. Aha. Alright, so that means that we will have to get out of here because there's nowhere else for us to go in this direction. And we're going to make our way over to launch control. Remember, I looked at launch control just a little bit earlier and said to you, oh look, there's launch control over there. And yeah, so that is where we're going to be heading next. And obviously along the way, because we have a completely different perspective on everything, because let's face it, we are now a very small pup indeed, instead of being one of those large bugs. And you remember I talked about the fence and Half-Life and so on and so forth. Boom, now we can get through the fence. Oh yes, super nice. And here is a save point. Obviously we can just save here if we want to. And then we can go back into the pup, and then we can sneak on by if we want to. Okay, I've got to be a bit careful about the camera here. Don't really want to get the pup seen. And we're just going to sneak on by, hopefully not have a problem here. Okay, there we go. And it says check tab. So technically what I could do is I could check the tab right now. I know kind of what to do here, obviously. But now here's the thing. It says take the pup to launch control and expose dad. So dad is obviously right here. So you can see here, this is a dad panel, dad little portal thing. And what we can do is we can actually take control of this because we have 15 ego, and there's only one cost to control this thing. So there you go, boom, we're just going to do that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open it up. Now you may think, oh my, this is a very dangerous thing to do. And yes, I would assume that it would be kind of dangerous. But here's the thing. Dad doesn't consider a pup to be dangerous. So Dad doesn't do anything to it. And obviously it doesn't see me because I'm obviously in Dad's base right here. So it doesn't even register at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to take control of Dad with 2 ego, and boom. There we are. So now we are in control of Dad. And if you were to press tab right now, it would basically just say, try using Dad's weapon. Boom. This is Dad's weapon. It is a serializer as far as I'm aware. Oh yeah, also I can destroy this. There we go. I probably should have done that beforehand. So yeah, Dad has now been reclassified as unsafe. In other words, if we were to come across another hostile entity, that hostile entity would treat us as an enemy in comparison to treating us as one of their own. So that's another very sort of... I feel like that's a very smart way of going about how this works, because that's realistic if you think about it. Anyway, yeah, so there's printing mode and there's shooting mode. So Dad is primarily a disintegrator and a reintegrator unit. At least that's what I've kind of seen him do. So for example, if I go back into printing mode and boom, I print this, there is the plastic supply box that I disintegrated earlier. So, well, how are we supposed to get our pup over there, right? We're supposed to disintegrate it and then print a new one, which is actually amazing. Because the first time I did this, I thought to myself, no, surely not. I spent about 2 minutes shooting at these barriers here. These barriers don't have any HP, as you can quite clearly tell on the UI. So, of course, they're not going to be taking any damage from the disintegration beam. But the pup, on the other hand, yeah, of course it is. Of course it's going to be disintegrated. So there you go. So now we can basically leave Dad, and then I can go back into the pup after getting a little bit of extra ego. And then we can make our way through here. So it says here, what I learned today. Ego helps me control stuff. Tab is my friend. Death is not the end. Pups are small and safe-ish. And Dads can teleport stuff around. Yeah, very, very useful. Also, there is an ego mode filter. I've not used this at all, but you may want to do that. So for example, if you hold down Q, you can see here that you can then filter out certain things or only scan for certain things in ego mode. Personally, I like seeing everything in ego mode, but maybe there is going to be a time later on down the line that you're going to need to filter things a little bit more accurately. So anyway, let's go through the venting system. And here we go. Chapter 1, bugs. And here's the cat.
There's a bug box near here, presumably with a bug inside it. I say that like I don't remember arranging to have it boxed up there waiting for you. And see, your pup has a disk. That's no coincidence either. If you unbox the bug and give it the disk, the bug can install the disk program and gain additional functionality, which I think might be important. This should be a lot less harrowing than what happened to you back there. Sorry about that, by the way. I partly blame myself, partly.
I partly blame myself. Partly. Yes, I agree. Thank you so much for taking responsibility for that. All right. So yeah, that was actually a very scary experience the first time I did it. Anyway, let's let's not do that then. Apparently, yeah, I am very, very bad at controlling the pup going up ladders. I'm gonna warn you now. I am very, very bad at that. Okay, let's control Dad's base right here, because obviously we have the opportunity to get another Dad and control it. Boom, there we go. And now we have the ability to remove all of these metal boxes out of the way. And we're going to be doing that over here as well, just so that we have a free and clear area for our people to go through. And also these canisters over here as well, might as well remove them too, just in case. You never know, maybe sometime we're going to be going over there. And there is a vent where there are a lot of ego fragments that you could potentially go inside and collect. Don't know whether it's really necessary for me specifically, but might be an idea if we want to. So yeah, anyway, so now that we've done that, we can continue to collect these ego fragments right here. And look, here is the bug box. So, yeah, it says top and bottom. That's the catch. Yes, indeed. Look, there is a button. Jump? Oh, I can actually just press it. Are you... Oh, wow. I'm so mad at myself right now. I am so mad at myself right now. Okay. Okay. Small story time. Small story time. I spent about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, trying to figure out how I could turn off that switch, because I thought to myself, I'm not going to be able to reach it with a regular jump. So I thought, oh, I'm going to need to climb up that ladder and then go over there and then jump over like so. And that is actually how I ended up doing it in the end. Obviously, I didn't actually test out jumping normally and pressing it like an imbecile. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but yeah. Anyway, so I did that. But then I also went up here, up this ladder, and I literally used... Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, just forget me climbing these ladders. I literally used the Dad to build a bridge full of plastic containers and metal containers to try and jump over there to get up there, because I really didn't want to go up the ladder. I was just really, really bad at going up the ladder. Anyway, story time over. Let's go. All right, here's the disc. There we have it. Fantastic. All right, so now the bug is active. But first of all, what I want to do is I want to disable the bug trap. So let's actually... Can I move this around, or can I detonate this or something like that? Yeah, we're just going to detonate that. Boom. There we go. I'm disembodied at the moment. That's absolutely fine. No problem at all there. Let's go over here. And we have no disc at the moment either. That is perfectly fine too. I just want to make sure that I am... not really missing anything, because obviously the pup is relatively safe and can move around without any issues whatsoever. There's a bio container here, and yeah, you got to bear in mind there's actually an enemy here, I believe. I think there's the Dad base. Contains response team. What does that mean? I have no idea what that means. Okay, let's actually just have a look at this. Right. Okay. Well, I'm just going to disintegrate this guy, I guess. Can I actually do that? Nope. Can't do that. Alright, so that's fine. I thought to myself, let me disintegrate him. No, no, no. Doesn't seem like I need to do that. Alright, so there's bot control in there. I'm going to assume that I need to eliminate these bio containers. Oh, that was actually maybe a mistake. Okay, well, maybe I don't need to do that. Okay, so there's a lifesaver there. There's a cat as well. Let's go into the cat and see what's up.
Wow, I liked what you did there. I'll say that even if I didn't. Anyway, you've got a bug, and your bug has a disc. But I think we can agree the disc is a bit rubbish. We can do better. All we need is a worm to, supercharge the disc, sort of. I won't detain you with actual facts about how it works. Just look for a worm, please.
Alright, so worms enhance discs, and worms are obviously a benevolent software program. Of course, yes, indeed. Alright, so let me actually just go over here, get into this guy. Now, basically, matey boys, you know what they do? They supercharge other robots, or they don't supercharge, but they charge them up. So as you can see, the dad's energy is currently completely full, so we don't even need to worry about that. But it's good to know that we have that functionality if we need it. There is a bug trap over there that is unarmed. That's absolutely fine. Okay, yeah, so let us go over here. There we go. And now, let me see. There's something over here that I might need to do. There is a lift. And should I press tab? Let's have a look. Discs provide me, provide new bug abilities. Open the tab host tab while in control of bug 22. Yeah, so obviously we're going to go ahead and do that. Bot control. I apparently can't get in there just yet. Locked from the inside, I think. Didn't it say locked from the inside or something like that? There's also a ladder here. Alright. We've done a sufficient amount of exploring with the pup. Because obviously we're relatively safe in this incarnation, I suppose. Oh, look at this! There's a bunch of ego fragments there. That's also something that you can potentially do too. You can pretty much just run around and try and figure out where you need to go and what you can do, and then you might actually find some secrets and things. You might actually get some additional ego just by doing that, which is pretty cool. And otherwise, yep, I think that's as good a time as any to leave our safe haven in the form of our little pup here. And a last bark. There we go. A last little bark. And we are not going to save. There's no real need to do that. Oh yeah, these iPads here, they have funny messages. So for example, Dear Customer 73, the transmission subsystem of your new bug is designed to consume electrolytic fluids. The famous juice snack products are an example of those liquids and are widely available. We would like to take this opportunity to wish you every good fortune with your new bug. And you can obviously, you know, read through all of these whenever you want to. And otherwise, wait a minute, where am I? Yeah, there's also a bunch of other iPads elsewhere as well, and they give you additional insight into the lore in the game and everything. So anyway, here we go. Program ready to install. Here we are. Okay, the gift of flight. Float, thrust, and ultimately rocket around. Can be upgraded to turn your bug into a speeding bullet, dealing stun and or physical damage. There's a wide variety of other programs as well. For example, like we already saw in the introduction, shotgun. We have vac, which I can assume is some kind of vacuum thing. Disassembler, I don't know what that does, or any of the others actually, but it will be a lot of fun to find out. Alright, there we go. Let's install it. Yes. There we are. Fantastic. So, flight provides thrust and rocket dynamics. A well-wormed rocket increases speed and range. It drinks a moderate amount of juice. Yes, indeed. Alright. So, now we can float. Thanks to our aeronautics. So, how do we... I have basically no juice. Over or under? Huh. That's actually kind of cool. So technically I could go up there if I want to. I'm kind of worried about doing that. Let me actually just access this iPad right here. Thank you for your letter dated 13/13/2980. We are very sorry to hear you're not overly impressed by the aeronautics bug program. Before acceding to your refund request, please ensure you have tried the following remedial steps. Do you have sufficient juice showing up in your emu juice gauge? We recommend you maintain at least one full bar of juice at all times. Have you tried worm hacking the disk? If you have, apologies, your warranty has already been invalidated. And have you tried switching your bug off and on again? Yes, indeed. Yeah, they always say that kind of stuff, don't they? Anyway, yeah, so let's go back in. And I would like to... Can I charge my... There's my matey boy. Can I charge my guy up? Yep, here we go. Boom. We're charging our bug up with the matey boy. And there we go. We have full charge. This is the other matey boy that was upstairs here, by the way. So, yeah, pretty cool that we can actually even do that to begin with. And let's go back into our bug. And now we are full energy. I unfortunately don't have that much juice. So that's obviously going to be a bit of a problem. But there is a little bit more juice here. Programs run on juice. Your HUD shows your current juice. Okay. So now we can get through here, for example, now that we can float. And now we have the ability to access the luggage control. This gives me 1 extra ego as well. Let's reset the luggage bot. And now I can just making sure that I've looked around here, and there we go. All right, yep, so we're absolutely fine. Can we get through here? Yes, we can. And I think I should be able to get up there without too many difficulties. Because there's the worm. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything, because you never know. Alright, so let's do the lift controls. It's going to cost me 5 ego. Wow, okay, that's actually kind of... that is kind of expensive, actually, all things considered. And here's another iPad as well. What does it say? Dear Customer 73, in the light of your recent complaint, we have been monitoring your bug usage, and we were somewhat aghast to see you still using the ego-inefficient legacy lift installations in and around the launch site warehouse facility. With your bug aeronautics program, you should most certainly be on the lookout for opportunities to conserve ego. While it is not our place to mandate super ego-efficient working practices, we do hope you will bear this feedback in mind. Indeed, indeed. Alright, so... now, onward to worm godhood. Yes, indeed. Let us hope. Okay, wait a minute. Where do I actually have to go? Ah, here. There is the worm. It is a literal worm. Alright, let's do it. And now we can actually edit the program. And we can... I don't even know. Do we want to upgrade? What do we actually want to upgrade? What does it say? I don't really... Commit 1 worm? Yeah, sure, there you go. You can now fly! Fantastic. Look at that. Amazing. Search for another worm. Recommended. Okay, so now we can fly. So what I can do is I can grab this. Oh. Okay, well that didn't really work out too well, did it? Yeah, well, I mean, technically we can fly, so I don't really see a problem with that. Okay, so let's call the lift. And can I actually fly? Oh, look at this. Oh my, okay, wow. That gives me so much extra, well, everything. Take photo, boom. look at the bug. He literally covers his eyes with his little arm. That is very cute. Okay. I like it. And look there. What is that? Is that literally a cat? It is. That is literally a cat picture. That is funny. All right. Yeah, so we've had a look at that, and I want to go in here, so let me do that. There we go. Okay, what is up here, though? That's the thing. That is the question. We need to be careful. We are unsafe in this bug. Oh, wow. Yeah, we are quite clearly in space. Okay, what's this? Anything around here? No, just a bunch of other things that I can... technically interact with. Okay, let's go for it. Okay, host disk manager. Well, I mean, I don't really need to do anything with that right now, do I? No, I don't think so. All right. Oh, here we go. Ah, printer launch unlocked. Okay, that means that I should be able to do something with the printers now. For example, these are the printers right here. Like I told you before, the printer wasn't available yet, but now we have the available printer. So look at this. I can now actually print bugs. In other words, I can create new bugs at any time, which is actually quite amazing. Look at that. Boom. Fantastic. Alright, so I tested that out. So it's basically like what? A respawn system? It's kind of like a respawn system, I guess. And here's another cat, too.
See the old-fangled evac tube thing over there? They were once intended for emergency employee evacuation. Despite there never being any actual emergencies, not to mention employees. Anyway, I've reverse calibrated the serialization tube and tweaked the algo a bit to convert it into a functional bug printer, just as we planned. Perhaps you can give it a quick test so I know I got the script right.
Oh, well, sir, I've actually already done that. Thank you very much. Use them to print your bug, which may or may not include emergency usage. Sadly, you can only print bug 22, and there can only ever be one copy. It was the only way I could get it to work without violating the second law of unidirectional referential ethematics. Good to know. Alright, there we go. And, yeah, so we've already done that, of course. So now all we need to do is just go and, I guess, save? I mean, why not, right? And then we can go into the door here. Gonna have to breach that. And then open it up. Okay, where are we now, though? Oh, hello there. There is a massive rocket right here. Okay, so because they have now given me the ability to... This is unarmed. Okay, so we don't need to worry about it, do we? I'm a bit worried about it, actually. Let me... No, it's unarmed, so we don't need to worry about it. At least, I hope so? Okay, no, it seems fine, it seems fine. And the juice is also fine. Okay, so we don't really need to drink anything or anything like that. Okay, oh, wait a minute, there is a lift here. But do I need the lift? Because I could just fly. It does use juice, but not much. Boom. Oh, I love it. I love being able to fly. That is so incredibly fun. It really is. Okay, what is that over there? That is a matey boy, so that obviously gives me HP. And what do we have going on here? What are these things? I think it's going to be a long, long time. Oh dear, that sounds very ominous, doesn't it? What's this? That's a bug trap. That's unarmed, so don't need to worry about that. We've already been to the top there. Can't go through the force field, I would assume. But, hello. Okay, that's a dad, so obviously I can go in there. And then we can go into the iPad if we want to. Bear in mind that dad, quash bugs, wipe ego, cull worms. Okay. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I can't actually move dad, by the way. Dad does not move, so... To move around, I'm going to have to use different things to be able to do that. Let's go into the iPad here. Dads are dangerous, dads are grumpy. And dads are dangerous, yes indeed. If your duties require you to approach dad, please take the following advice into account. Consider controlling dad from a safe position first. For example, from behind glass. Should you prefer a more economical approach, bear in mind that so long as dad doesn't see or hear you, he won't even know you're there. Yes, indeed. Okay, that is very true. Okay, let me see now. Is there a way that I can open this? Doesn't seem like it, actually. I'm wondering if there's a way that I can open this up. Ah! There we go. Perfect. Where's my bug? There's the worm, by the way. But where is my... Oh, there's my... Where's my bug, actually? Oh, my bug is... My bug fell? Why did my bug... Why did he fall down? I have no idea, but I want that bug. I mean, that worm, even. Hello. There we go. Alright, we got it. Okay, so yeah, let's actually go ahead and just do that real fast. So let me see. What can I... rocket? Should I get the rocket? Or... Yeah, let's get the rocket, I guess. Commit one worm. There we go. And now we have the rocket available. So I have no idea what that does. Double space to rocket into things. That's going to be a lot of fun. Gonna assume that that is going... Okay, I see. Right. Can I... Okay, this is very heavy. Okay, can I rocket into this? I'm gonna assume that I can rocket into this, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, the cool thing is, boom, I can go right back into the printer and make another bug straight away. And that's the really cool thing about the game. Look at that. So I guess that's also the reason why you'd probably want to use the filter mode in ego mode to be able to do those things. So for example, if you want only printers to be shown up, then of course you can do that. And yeah, there you go. So now we're back to where we were, and we can now make our way through, which is actually amazing. Also, where's the matey boy? Is this the matey? Yeah, this is the matey boy right here. Bear in mind, I'm not getting that much ego nowadays, so I have to be a little bit careful with what I spend. But maybe it's not that bad. There we go. The bug is all the way back to full HP. And now we can make our way forward. And actually, you know what? I think I'm probably going to end this episode off here. If you would like to check out Ctrl Alt Ego, and there is a 40% launch discount to consider, then there is a link in the description. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.